Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart was truly a child prodigy, known in Japan as Kotanzai, while in Germany he was known as a Wunderkind. Wunderkind means child genius or child prodigy. And he actually learned how to play music because of influence from his legendary father, Leopold Mozart. But sadly, Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart had a tragically short life. He died at the age of 35. Well, in the film, he sort of had a rival of sorts, Antonio Salieri. In later years in his career, Ludwig van Beethoven was starting to receive hearing problems, but that didn't stop him from composing great music. Everything from Symphony No. 5, the first movement, to Symphony No. 9, the final movement. You know, Ode to Joy. And he actually lived to be 56. He was born in 1770 and died in 1827 at age 56. Back during the Soviet Union days, the Czech Republic and Slovakia were actually one country, which was known as Czechoslovakia. But ever since the end of the Soviet Union days, Czechoslovakia regained their independence, with Slovakia and the Czech Republic, where they speak Slovakian and Czech respectively. Russia, Bulgaria, and Siberia were also part of the Soviet Union, which was originally controlled by Vladimir Lenin before Joseph Stalin took over. Do you know that there are like thousands of Chinese restaurants all over America? That's right. There are more Chinese restaurants than McDonald's, Burger King, Pizza Hut, KFC, Domino's Pizza, Hardee's, Subway, A&W, and Long John Silver's put together. While in Japan, there are more 7-Elevens than any other place in the country, which is Japan. Or Japan if you live in Deutschland. Chicago is home to some of the most famous people in the world, including Oprah Winfrey from her television show, The Oprah Winfrey Show, Roger Ebert from the Chicago Sun-Times, and Gene Siskel from the Chicago Tribune, two of the best newspaper companies in the Midwest, most particularly in Chicago, where Siskel and Ebert did their show, Siskel and Ebert at the Movies. You know, Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. Did you know that around Christmas time, the Japanese actually eat KFC during Christmas time? I'm not making this up. It actually does exist in Japan. Well, some Japanese people do celebrate Christmas. Feliz Navidad, Joyeux Noël, Frohe Weihnachten, Merry Christmas, Bon Natale, Feliz Natal. In the first Tom and Jerry short that was actually produced by Harmon and Ising, Tom and Jerry were originally known as Jasper and Jinx, respectively, even though the latter is never mentioned at all in the cartoon, which would be the prototype to future Tom and Jerry shorts, which were actually produced by William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. King Feature Syndicate was the company that actually made the Popeye comics. And then David Max Fleischer actually bought the contracting rights to actually make a boatload of Popeye cartoons. A good majority of them were filmed in black and white, with 3 of them actually filmed in color, I think, which are the cartoons where he meets Aladdin and Sinbad. No, not the comedian. I'm actually talking about the fairy tale. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, the Walt Disney Company holds the record for the most crying scenes than any other studio. Another good fact is that Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, or MGM for short, has made more musicals than any other studio, including Easter Parade, starring Judy Garland and Fred Astaire, and Singing in the Rain, starring Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor, and Gene Kelly. Did you know that anything made by Disney is really popular in Japan? Yeah. A lot of people don't know about that. The same way The Simpsons is really popular in Latin America. And Woody Woodpecker, known as Pica-Pau, is actually more popular in Brazil, where they actually speak Brazilian Portuguese, not European Portuguese. The Spice Girls were actually one of the most popular girl bands in Britain, America, and the rest of the world, including Germany, Japan, and the Czech Republic. The same way the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC also had popularity in terms of boy band popularity, because that was big at the time.